Hi everyone, this is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 29th of January going through until Sunday the 4th of February 2018. The big thing about this week is that on Wednesday the 31st of January we have a full moon, which is also a supermoon, so it appears much bigger than a regular full moon. It's a lunar eclipse and it's also a blue moon, so it's the second full moon that we've got this month. So that is really significant. It's going to have a big impact on us. I'll give you some information about that. I'm going to give you a day-by-day rundown of what's coming up this week and what you'll be working with. So I'll give you some info on that for the Wednesday when I get there. But I've also made a separate video on this blue moon lunar eclipse. So because it's got so much going on, if you're interested in additional info and how that's going to impact you, then have a look at that video. I'll go into a lot more detail there. So starting with Monday the 29th of January, we've got the moon in Cancer, which is very nurturing, very intuitive, very sensitive, and that connects with Neptune in Pisces, Neptune being the planet of water and intuition, very happily placed in Pisces. Again, very sensitive, very nurturing, very selfless. And the moon also connects with Jupiter in Scorpio. So we've got three things in water here. Water is the element that is very adaptable and it flows. It's about the emotions, it's about being creative, and it's about being intuitive. Now that moon opposes Pluto in Capricorn, so the only thing that's Earth, Pluto being the transformation planet. So we've got loads and loads of water versus Earth. So the big thing that you'll be experiencing on Monday is this huge desire to nurture others and to be supportive, to be creative, and to be in touch with your feelings. So there's going to be a big focus on relationships, spending time with loved ones, and improving your emotional relationships. There may be some resistance to changes, and if you're being asked to make changes to your practical circumstances, your immediate gut reaction will be to dig in your heels and to say no, even if you haven't looked at the actual value of the changes that are being suggested because of this opposition with Pluto and Capricorn. You want things to stay as they are, and if you're being forced to make practical changes, that's not going to sit right and you're not going to be a big fan of that. So just be aware of that you're not so flexible when it comes to making physical changes and practical alterations to your life, and you're much more concerned with the kind of inner workings and the inner world of what's going on with you in terms of your feelings and your relationships. On Tuesday, the 30th of January, the moon goes into Leo at 6:54 in the evening, and it trines Mars in Sagittarius. Mars being the masculine, the male principle, and Sagittarius is the centaur, going on adventures and galloping off to find different things to explore and to experience. So Tuesday is really the polar opposite to Monday. Monday was water and earth, now everything is fire. And fire is about passion and having fun and life purpose and putting yourself in the spotlight. So on Tuesday, you're going to be much more focused on yourself and how you can learn and discover more about yourself and the world, how you can put yourself into the spotlight, how you can take on a position of leadership, and also how you can have a great time, how you can go on trips and travel and discover things and to simply enjoy yourself. So Tuesday is a lot of fun. You can potentially have loads and loads of fun. Make sure that you plan that in if you're into planning, that if you do have some time to enjoy yourself or to spend with friends, Tuesday is a great day to do it. Also, with all of this fire, the flip side of fire is that, if you're really positive and you're looking to have fun and explore, if someone crosses you, if someone puts a block in your path, you can get angry about that, because fire can also often turn into kind of anger and bulldozing over problems by getting all of this fiery energy to kind of push your way through. So make sure that you focus on the positives and that you do enjoy yourself, and that you try and keep things simple, and that you don't let other people overcomplicate the day for you. On Wednesday, the 31st of January, last day of the month, we do have this full moon, lunar eclipse, supermoon in Leo, Leo being a fire sign. So it is like an eclipse, so the effects of it are going to last for about 6 months, and it's on the north node, so it pulls in loads and loads of Leo energy, which is going to affect you for the next 6 months. So we're at the end of January here, so until the summertime. So have a look at that separate video. I'll give you more information on how that will affect you. Also on this day, we've got the communication planet Mercury going into Aquarius. So communications and ideas become much more rational and scientific and focused on humanity and how you can be of service. And the Leo moon, the Leo full moon, also opposes Venus in Aquarius. Venus, the planet of love, creativity, and beauty, is also in this sign of the humanitarian and the scientist and the educator. So on Wednesday, you will have this great interest for technology, maybe getting a new gadget, learning something new. You may also feel driven to experiment with a new way of expressing yourself creatively, especially if it involves technology and finding a new way of expressing yourself in the digital age by marrying some sort of new idea with a new format. So it's about using technology and your ideas to present something really unique and fresh and new, rather than, for instance, painting with oils, which has been around for ages and ages. So you really think ways of how can I, express myself and get my point across, but in a new and fresh way. So if you are someone who writes or has published books or things like that, you may get the idea that you want to start a blog, or that you want to start doing something online, or maybe you want to do videos, things like that. So you look at unique ways to innovate, but there is this focus on helping humanity through what you're doing. So it's not just change for the sake of change. It's not just, I want to find a new format because I'm so bored and I want to change things up. You really have this thing in mind that you want to help other people, and you want to put yourself in the spotlight by doing that. So you're willing to take risks. So this is a great day if you're someone who's kind of shy, if you're worried about putting yourself out there and you think you're going to be ridiculed or made fun of, or, it's safer to be in the background. That's going to be kind of eclipsed on Wednesday the 31st, and you really have a chance to put yourself out there and to put yourself in the spotlight. So take a risk with something you care about. If you've never kind of done anything publicly, try it out today. You're going to really have a positive experience there. Moving on into February, Thursday, the 1st of February, we've got the moon going into Virgo at 14 minutes past 7 in the evening. The moon in Virgo is about learning and getting information, making sense of it, and being practical when it comes to using that information. The moon then squares Mars in Sagittarius, so it's learning and it's travel and it's implementing that information in a practical way. Virgo is ultra practical. The moon also trines Saturn in Capricorn, so it's about using the information that you get to make changes in your life, practical changes. So this is the opposite to Monday. Monday was all about feeling things and not wanting to make any changes and wanting to keep things the same. Thursday, the 1st of February, we're entering a new phase now, and you're willing to make changes. So you do have this ongoing desire to learn and to explore. But you will want to make positive changes in your life and the way you work. And you're also going to be thinking about the way you're perceived professionally and how you can make changes to that and how you can raise your profile. That obviously applies to people who are employed or self-employed, but also if you're retired or if you're a student, you will also have an interest in kind of making a name for yourself and being perceived by other people for the work that you're doing. So if you're retired and you're teaching a class, or you've made yourself independent in some way, it's another great day and another great opportunity to publish something or to present something for the first time, because you're interested in raising your public image. So if you've had this wonderful idea that's been bubbling on the back burner, that you've been a little reluctant to publish, or you don't know when is the best time, Thursday the 1st of February is the best time to really express something that's unique and that you're not 100% sure about how it's going to be received, because taking that risk is what's going to take you to the next level in terms of how the perception of you is when it comes to other people. Friday the 2nd of February, we still got the moon in Virgo, so still very reasonable and very much focused on learning and implementing things It trines Pluto in Capricorn, so taking that information and applying it to your life to make changes in your life. So for instance, if you learn something about business and the economy or the price of gold or something, and you want to make investments, that's the kind of thing you'll do on Friday. It's now a good time to buy gold, for instance, and that's what you'll do. That Virgo moon also sextiles Jupiter in Scorpio. So it's really good at connecting with other people and having a wonderful time with others. So this is the best day of the week to simply relax and to spend time with friends and family. You're not so driven to innovate and to, put yourself out there into the spotlight, and you can relax a little bit. And because you're able to relax, you can allow the ideas to come to you rather than chasing them down all the time. So you're still inspired, but it's in a different way. It's more receptive rather than, galloping out into the world and going on adventures to try and find information. That's going to fire you up and make you excited. Saturday, the 3rd of February, the moon moves into Libra, again in the evening. All the moons are changing in the evening, really. That changes at 9:48 in the evening, and my horoscopes are based on UK time. So if you're in the States on the East Coast, just subtract 5 hours, 8 hours if you're on the West Coast. If you're in Dubai or in India, then you add, I think it's 3 or 4 hours. Australia, New Zealand, 10, 12 hours. The Libra moon also squares Saturn in Capricorn. So stability and structure in your relationships. And it sextiles Mars in Sagittarius. So we've got all the elements here. We've got air, ideas and inspiration and thinking. Capricorn, earth, which is practical, money, belongings, making changes in a practical sense. And then fire, which is about feeling passionate and looking at your life purpose. So Saturday is really, really fun. The focus is now on travel and on meeting new people. So attend social functions, go to a gallery opening or a seminar or a workshop. You're really likely to learn some useful information and to have fun and to make new friends or even to find a new love. So it's all about new beginnings on Saturday, and it's about appropriating things, information, and getting that but also having fun with other people and meeting new people. So Sunday, the 4th of February, final day of the week, we have Venus, the planet of love and beauty, in Aquarius. So that's still going to give you that passion and desire for gadgets and technology. So I think Apple's going to do quite well this week. People are going to be interested in getting new phones and things like that and upgrading their cameras. That's going to be a genuine thing people are going to think about. So even people who don't care, at some point, if you're someone who's really connected with the earth and you like crystals and you paint and you meditate and stuff, but you've always got the latest iPhone, there's got to be one day a year where you think, oh, I could upgrade my phone. That would be really interesting. Sunday is one of those days because Venus is in Aquarius and it squares Jupiter in Scorpio. The Libra moon also sextiles Mars in Sagittarius, and it squares Saturn in Capricorn. So again, we've got a nice mix of the elements here. So Sunday is the best day for love and romance during this whole week. So if you're out and about with friends or family, again, this weekend, Sunday here particularly, it's likely that you'll meet someone new and that this person can change your life in small or even in major ways. So be open to meeting new people. That can sometimes be a risk, and especially if you've been hurt or something, or if you had a difficult childhood. Some people go out in public, and if they're on an elevator, for instance, they will keep totally to themselves. They won't even acknowledge other people. And some people are very open and friendly, and they're in the elevator and they're very present. And if someone comes in, they nod at them and say hello and they smile. And a lot of people who are often very shut off and who don't connect with strangers often do that because they're trying to protect themselves and they're trying to be safe. And that's, the older you get, and depending on the experiences you have, that's something that all of us can fall into, like really becoming this bubble where we just protect ourselves. If you're aware that you tend to do that, and that you're a little bit uncertain around other people, really give yourself a little bit of a push to try and be open and willing to meet new people over the weekend, because it looks really positive, and someone really positive can come into your life and change your life in a positive way. But if you're, totally cutting everything off and you're making sure if you're deliberately making sure that you don't connect with anyone or meet anyone, then you're going to miss out on that opportunity. So check in with yourself, see if you do have a tendency to do that. And if the answer is yes, then say, okay, this weekend I'm going to be a little bit more open and I'm going to be more trusting. It doesn't have to be about trust, but I'm just going to be more willing to meet new people and see who is out there and how I can be inspired by other people. So that's what I get for you this week. Have a look at the video on the eclipse and the blue moon. That's going to be really, really an interesting one. I'll put the link in the description here as well, so you can have a look at that. I hope you have a wonderful week. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, I use tarot, and I use numerology. So the astrology chart gives me an overview of you as an individual. It's like a blueprint of your soul. It shows me what your life purpose is, what your vocational aptitudes are in this lifetime, what's happening in terms of your love life, finances, career, family relationships, health, spiritual progress, what's coming up in those areas. I can look at your progress chart and your transits and the tarot to see what's coming up in the next couple of months and years. And also, if you're thinking of moving or travel, I can have a look at when the best time is to sell and to buy and what actual locations are going to work best for you by using the astrocartography. So if you're interested in any of that, then please do visit the website gregoryscott.com. Order the reading there. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you next week.